How's it going, guys? Andy here again, and welcome to another video. In this one, I want to show you how I turn this into this. Come on, I'll show you. So here it is, the common garden ivy. This is a variegated form with slightly different accents on the leaves, and this is exactly the size of the plant that I found in my garden probably about 5 years ago. It was a volunteer, just started growing in the flower bed by itself. I saw it there about 3 inches high and thought to myself, I wonder if I could grow that into a bonsai tree. It's kind of got the rough shape, and it had a branch sticking out the side just like that leaf is there, and I thought, I wonder if I can keep the shape and just let it grow and trim it when it gets out of shape and try and keep the general form. I wonder if I could make it into quite a pleasing looking tree. Now you might say, it's an ivy, Andy. It climbs up houses and fences. You can't make it into a tree. But it turns out you can. I just let it grow and cut it back when it got too out of hand. They're quite slow growing anyway. And as long as you give it what it wants, some light and water and a bit of food every now and again, it seems pretty happy. And when it outgrew the pot, I put it in a bigger one. And when it outgrew that, I put it in a bigger one again. Seasons come and go. And at some point, after a few years, it looks a bit like this. As you can see, the form is exactly the same, with just one branch coming out the side. I trained the foliage on the opposite side to give it some balance. It hasn't taken much work at all. When it sprouted a branch in the place that I wanted, I left it. And if a branch grew downward below the canopy, I'd just cut it off. And with most plants, the more you trim it, the tighter the habit is. So the branches came out more densely. And this is a result of just a few trimmings each year, keeping an eye on it and trimming back the aggressive growth. Quite often ivy will shoot out roots above the soil level, and in fact the one in this video has one about 1 centimeter above the soil line. I always made sure that those found the soil and rooted nicely, and over time they became thicker and wider and gave a real sense of scale and age to the tree. The last time I repotted this last spring, I made sure to build up the soil around the roots just to give it some height to really show off the roots. Planting it to one side of the pot gives it a little bit more interest. If it's stuck in the middle, it can look static and a bit boring. So just raising the level for the roots and bringing it out over the pot just gives it a bit more interest, in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this looks as it ages. It really is something you can do too. You can pick up these tiny little ivy seedlings from your garden centre for literally £1.99, which is where I got this one to demonstrate the video. This is definitely something you can try out for yourself. You may even find one in the garden in this shape. It's quite a regular pattern that they make when they first start growing. Keep your eyes open and I'm sure you'll find one. For a couple of pounds or a couple of dollars, it's definitely worth a go and very satisfying to keep trimming it and watching it grow over the years. There's no reason why this tree can't live as long as I do and even longer. It's a perfect piece of nature in a pot. I really do enjoy watching this tree. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed my little show and tell of this here ivy bonsai tree. If you've liked it and found it useful or interesting, you know what to do. And subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that bell notification as well, because you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Now, this is heavy, so I've got to go. I'll see you next time.